Did you say Fuji X100 6? Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thomas Love here from beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia, and today we're talking about Fuji again. Why are we talking about Fuji? I've never been a Fuji fanboy, I've never considered purchasing one, but apparently I have to recognize that when a camera brand sells so many cameras in pre-order, well, probably they cracked the nut, meaning they are answering the needs people have, and also they positioned that product at the good value proposition, because if it was overpriced, nobody would order. If it was way too cheap, they would have had way more many orders. But well, wait a minute, probably it is way too cheap, because they got 50 times the pre-order that the Sony A7C Mark II had. We're talking about impressive numbers, guys, and they had 35 times more pre-orders than the Nikon ZF that went sold out everywhere for ages. And so we are really talking about a disruptive product. Why is it that good? Probably it is good enough for the price. We're talking about the same price of why should I say Nikon? Why I keep saying Nikon and Sony? We're talking about the same price of the Fuji X-T5 body only. Now the X-T5, it's a recent release, not so recent. It has already 1 or 2 years, meaning that it got already software updates. So now it's stable, now it's reliable, now you can use it even for professional works. While this Fuji X100 6, since it's a one lens only, a fixed lens equivalent to 35mm, it's a bit limiting for a professional use, but still you can get it around your neck and use it as an EDC. For that, it's a great value for the money they're asking. And so basically, when you have a huge line of people with the money in their hands ready to get the product, and all these people will be waiting for a few weeks, maybe a few months, but after that they will not be so pleased of being part of the Fuji gang, because if I want something and you keep me waiting, then I'm not so happy about it even when I get it. Or maybe my perception is that when I get it, it's even more precious than how it actually is. But what would you do? Would you go there and wait for months in order to get your brand new camera, or would you purchase right away the X-T5? Now, the X-T5, it's a bit more expensive, because for the same price you only have the body and you still need a lens, but it's basically the same sensor, the same processor, the same IBIS. It's basically the same camera with the different makeup and with a different dress. There are a few tweaks here and there, but I see the evolution after the X100 5 into 6, but I don't see this major leap from the X-T5 to the new X100 6. And so ideally, if it was me, I would go for the X-T5. If it was me, I would eventually go also for the XH2, because it is a different body and more value for what are my needs, but maybe you have different needs. So now let's compare the two cameras, X-T5 versus X100 6. What are the differences? They have many things in common. The main differences that I see is the battery, where the X-T5 has a long-lasting battery while the other one has a joke of a small of a battery, and then the position of the EVF, that in the X-T5 it's right in the middle of the body, meaning it will be either way in your way, because whether you are a left eye or a right eye dominant, you have the nose against that screen anyway, while on the X100 6 you have it on the left edge. And so basically, if you are right eye dominant, at least the nose is not in your way, while if you are left eye dominant, well, you will have troubles anyway. And apart from these two main characteristics, software is basically the same. Which one is getting software updates Also the other one will have the same specs, the AF is the same, the IBIS is the same, and maybe the X100 has like 1 or 1.5 f-stops, better IBIS. I will have to double check the specs, but basically we're talking about the same camera with different body. And I also have to recognize they cracked the nut, because if it's something that is really relevant to me when taking stills, is to have the exposure triangle at hand with physical dials. And so with the X100V you will have the f aperture directly on the glass, and then you have the dials for both the shutter speed and the ISO. And then if you want to dig into the menu and get nut about different settings for recording, for how much IBIS you need, for any other things you might want to change, if you want to use film simulations, you can dig into the menu and waste as much time as you want. But if you want to take a still, bam bam bam, 1 2 3, they are physically changeable, so you can change the settings and express yourself the way you want to do it and tell the story that you want to tell. So please let me know down here in the comment whether you would go for the X100 or if you're going to purchase the X-T5 already available. Please let me know why you're doing that, because if it was for me, guys, I don't know, probably I would get neither, but I will probably have the chance of having it in my hands. And I have to say, I've been watching reviews, previews, and while I was not so excited about the photography that I saw coming from the X-T5, I have to say that the ones that I'm seeing coming from the X100 please me quite a lot. So probably, I don't know what did they change from the sensor, from the alchemy, from the color science, from the whatever, but this camera seems to be more realistic and performing a bit better, in my humble opinion, versus previous models. But this is just an impression I had based on the reviews that I saw, so don't quote me on that. I will have it in my hands soon, so probably I will have the chance to try it out and let you know what to do. Despite, since I don't have a recent enough software for post-production, I will be shooting JPEG, and so I will be testing the film simulations, especially the new ones that Fuji released. So with that, I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please remember to like it, share it on social media, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the new videos to come, and I guess I will see you later. Thank you. Bye bye.